because otherwise we can't do the actions properly, because we're all sort of wandering around like sheep.
We're still going to aim for December, like early December, because we're actually ahead of where we should be, like where I worked it out. So if you could be off script by
2 weeks. Is that reasonable?
oh yeah, what day are we?
Well, let's say we have to know the first act by next week then, everyone.
Sorry?
We have to know the first act by next week.
Yeah, if you can do that. I mean, obviously, I know that some people are varying. I know you've got like 4 societies and stuff, but don't make excuses for yourself.
4th of
Push yourself
November.
down. Go for it.
4th of November, remember that date. Is Thursday good?
It's alright, I can do Thursdays.
Thursday, yeah. I
That
think
is important.
Before 5 to 7.
Yeah, because it starts at 8.
Do you think opera?
I'm in the opera.
Are you?
Are you actually doing opera as well?
Yeah. I'm a physician. It's a very small part, literally, it's very small.
Alright, wait 1 second. Thursday night, are you free?
Thursday night.
Before improv, or whatever.
Sure.
Because it doesn't even have to be that long.
We should,
yeah.
We could probably risk it.
We'll be alright.
Before improv.
Yeah. The show can't
free?
start without us, so.
Jen, you
Well,
free?
Yeah, should be.
Benny, you free?
Yeah.
You free, Elizabeth? You free?
yeah.
You free?
Yeah.
Rowland, you free?
The ambition of the Oxford Brookes University Drama and Improv Society to stage 2 theatre productions alongside countless improv nights over 2 semesters. What can possibly go wrong?
So what we're currently doing is briefly rehearsing for the show tonight. We're just going to go through a few of the games we'll be doing, just warming up, making sure everybody's comfortable with what they're doing.
Tonight we have Jack, Will, Grace, Elizabeth, Robin and Sunny. Give them a round of applause! And we have a couple of new people tonight. Grace and Elizabeth are joining us for the first time, so give those two a big round of applause as well.
One of our goals is to run as many things as we can to give opportunities for people to get involved as much as they can, as many people involved. We definitely obviously want to get as many people in to watch us and enjoy the stuff we do and enjoy the stuff everyone gets involved with. So the bigger audience is the better, absolutely, and like I said earlier, just a hope that we can the stuff we have created and done will last to the next year, and then that can be passed on to the year after that.
So I'm going to need a name and a one-syllable word. One-syllable word, anyone?
Corn. And his shoes, they were so worn. And his jeans, they were torn.
And Bob really liked to play his horn.
Every morning.
Well, what's nice certainly about improv at Brookes is that everyone isn't necessarily doing drama as a degree. I am, for example, doing history. One person is doing mechanical engineering. One person is doing film studies or English maybe. So it's not necessarily performance-based, a performance-based degree. And therefore we are not necessarily professionals in what we do. However, that doesn't matter, because as long as you are, as I say, confident, as long as you are willing to put yourself out there, you can be surprised at what you can accomplish. Now, what we found sometimes with the improv shows is that perhaps the energy isn't there, perhaps the audience numbers aren't as big as we'd like it to be, and that can affect how the show goes.
Last year I was Luke Westphal in the performance of Countess Dracula. This year I decided I'd like to try my hand at directing. Last year everyone was involved in a bit of both. Everyone who was acting also was in essence a co-director. But this year I thought I'd like to take a step back.
Because although we only put on 1 play last year, we're going to put on 2 this year. And so I was quite keen to direct. Also, after having directed some of my short films, I'd like to see how to use those skills theatrically, I'll say. As soon as we confirm the play, we're going to try and get casting calls out straight away. and get those done by the end of November, as well as adapting the play at the same time. And then once we decide on the cast during the holiday, we'll be sending out the scripts and hopefully get them a bit more prepared for when we come back and get the rehearsal started straight away.
Brother? Cousin? Dad? Igor? Jesus, it's me, Judas. Oh, God, here I am again. God, I'm sure no one intends to scare me off, because I am Judas, it's me, God! Oh, God!
Correct.
God, it's me, Richard Dawkins! Richard Dawkins, it's me, Jesus!
I'm starting to feel a never-ending cycle going on. Please, someone bring it.
Now, I didn't that pig like that. I like this. No, please, Jesus, you don't understand. I don't want to go to hell.
Mr. Cameron, me and my family have come all the way from Syria.
I reckon that's the best one we get. Well done, guys. Well done.
There's always other things going on. People might have socials or parties that they have to go to. Of course, there's the documentary club that you're running. There are always different societies doing different things. And actually, one of the biggest issues, I think, is the improv show is quite personal. The people who are in it will bring their friends to it. And if they're not in it, for example, I wasn't there last week and my friends didn't go. But it was an equally great show.
Poor Johnny. He thought by cutting her off from the rest of the world, without even a telephone as a means of communication, he could hold her.
But of course, the fair Lily tired of her ivory tower and escaped.
Johnny went back to Wall Street, made a few more millions, and the place was sold.
And here we are.
Rogers just looked worried. And
Armstrong,
you obviously you're about to help her.
Lose your ass for sure.
So you can be instructed in this leadership. You stand up here, so
Right. He's probably been responsible for sending more innocent people to their death than anyone in England.
Hello, you.
I know you've got local societies as well. Don't make excuses for yourself.
4th of
Push yourself
November.
down. Go for it.
4th of November. Bloody.
That's right. Just like as soon as you can. I will get them down, I promise. I've got my last coursework in on Wednesday. And then I've got time off, and I tried to learn the beginning. Yeah, no, that's cool. I understand. Yeah.
So those who do know their lines or think like are confident enough, go without scripts, and we'll prompt you if it needs to be, and you don't have to be like 100% word perfect. It's fine. It's fine. Also, even if you think you know your lines, but you're not that confident yet, but preferably go that script. If you really don't know, it's fine.
Are you off script?
Yeah, pretty much. Definitely for this bit.
Can I use yours?
It seems to me most extraordinary that Mrs. Owen should not be here to receive her guests.
It's a wonderful place you got here. Quite unique.
As you say, quite unique.
No, because he needs to say your drinks then.
That's what I care.
Okay, so are they both getting me drinks?
No, just him. Just him.
So I'm just looking him in the eye.
He's got let's
get
smashed. And he's got a nice say. Yeah, not down.
If we needed more time and we couldn't put it on in early December, me and Zoe have talked about pushing it back to February. So yes, we would consider it, but we'd rather not. We'd rather just get it done because we know that other people in the society would want to put performances on as well. So we don't want to impede on them. We'd rather have 2 separate performances for each separate semester.
Hopefully we're also going to have the return of James Firminge, our loyal president.
Yeah.
Although he was obviously in Halloween last week, he's yet to be in a lot of others, so this will be his second one this year.
He disappeared for a while, but it's good to have him back.
Good to have him back.
It's voluntary. A lot of the third years have like dissertations and work the pressure starting to mount on all of those, so it can be difficult to keep a handle on splitting your time fairly between like the society and your work. And it's important to make it work well, which is why some people like decided that they can commit to being part of the society this year.
Watch out! No! Sir! Sir! Go on without me. We can't go. You're the king. You're right, I am the king. Exactly. Shing!
I fell over.
We must help them up. We must. But I'm going to sit down from... No, I'm not. I'm going to stand. I'm going to sit. I might sit down. No!
Yeah, well, I can get up myself. It's all right.
Okay.
It really is quite comfortable here on the floor.
Yes. I might just take a... You'll excuse me. You think I built this into the round table?
Are you sitting down, sir? Because the news went around.
I fainted just knowing there's bad news, Sir Robin.
There's very bad news.
Yes.
We're not doing it before Christmas anymore because of clashes of everyone's deadlines, and we've had like issues with venues and stuff. So we thought we're just gonna not have to like rush it because we want to like polish it up and do the technical stuff. So it'll be like halfway through next semester.
Last semester, like last year, we were talking about how we would do 2 shows, one in the first semester and one in the second. So these would be very separate, but that would also mean that everyone can work on it together as well. Like everyone can work on the first one and everyone can work on the second one. So it's a bigger team. But now, like about a month ago, I was speaking to Zoe and she said, oh, we might do it in the second semester. And that sort of shook me a bit at first because that will sort of, that not like messes up, but it's sort of...
well, it kind of does because one, we need the drama studio for rehearsals, which they'll probably still be using.
Yeah.
2, maybe some of their actors.
Yeah.
For our performance, and they might not be willing to be in more than one simultaneously.
Exactly.
Rehearsal times will be at the same time.
It's just a question of working together, really.
We initially thought Reservoir Dogs, but unfortunately, it's very difficult to get the rights for that film. In fact, there was a story about Michael Fassbender who did one.
Yeah,
he was
Michael Fassbender put it on, and
Tarantino
pretty much stopped him. Just trying to stop him, and Michael Fassbender said, "Oh, it's for charity." So Tarantino said, "Oh, okay."
But is student union a charity?
But yeah. So for anyone out there who wants to do a play, you need to get the copyright first, and then the union will back you, hopefully.
We did have a new idea though that was given to me by the man who'd put on
Same guy.
Yeah, the same man who put on Reservoir Dogs, and he gave me the idea of doing Ex Machina as a play. After having heard that, I kind of think it would work really well.
We just said, let's sound like an epiphany.
Yeah,
we thought of an idea of how we would stage it, and we came up with some really good ideas.
After speaking to everyone, I think it is going to benefit everyone. So far, the cast have just basically said they agree that we need to push it back. They're all feeling the pressure as well. So it's lifted a lot of the pressure off the rehearsals as well. We decided to push it back to next semester for a variety of reasons. Partly due to time management, partly due to us all having deadlines to focus on as well. But I don't think it's going to be that much of a problem, given that we've almost finished the entire play in rehearsals now. People know their lines for the most part. So if anything, the extra time added over Christmas is going to give us time to sort out things like venues, costumes, that kind of stuff. And then when we reconvene after the Christmas break, it will just be run-throughs up until the actual performance dates. So it should all work out fine from now on.
I'm having some conflicts.
What? What's your conflict?
Well, the fact that when I auditioned, I thought it'd be over by February, March, so we'll be over till April. And
You really
it's
have
just
to
the final semester of my degree.
Yeah, that is true.
Nathan has also dropped out for work-related reasons. Again, apparently this is news. I hadn't seen him for the months before we broke up again.
And he told me in particular it was due to his work placement. That's why.
But you have 2 shiny new directors.
And also categories.
Committed!
Loyal.
in the end I had to drop out the play because I got a work placement at Pegasus Theatre, and I realised that my degree had to come first, and I wasn't able to give the hours to the play that I was originally thought I would be able to give. But I'm sure it's going to be fine, and I know that 2 of the cast members have taken over as directors now. I just hope that they find it more enjoyable than I did. There were some things I really did enjoy, but it just wasn't for me in the end. So I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. I'm going to go see it anyway. So.
You will be mine! I promise. We've been together forever, and I know this guy might be good and better than me, and I might be a dickhead. But he will not beat me in this challenge that will happen later on in the film.
Japanese game show.
We go down slow, real fast. Oh, watch out for the mushrooms!
Musical.
Ski, I will for you, my love.
Give him a round of applause.
I'm going to hand the reins over to Robin slightly as the semester progresses, because it's nice. Because I think next year, when we're all gone, it's going to be down to Robin and the second years who are now third years who are going to be carrying this on. I think it'd be such a shame to let it go to waste.
Exactly.
So I will be handing over the reins slowly to Robin, who's going to be the next improv
But it's good because I think with all these things that have happened with the shows that we've wanted to put on, it's good that we still have this key thing, which is the improv, which is always running, which just keeps the people interested.
Absolutely.
I think it's always great fun. So.
Yeah, it's all good.
Ten little soldier boys going out to dine. One went and choked himself. Marston choked himself, didn't he? And then 9 little soldier boys sat up very late. One overslept himself. The last part fits Mrs. Rogers from
A wash like this, or a wash like this?
the old one, yeah, that one.
Blessed relief. When you know that you're done with it all, that you haven't got to carry the burden anymore.
Disgusting. Oh, yes. Low-backed evening dresses, lying half naked on beaches, an excuse for immodest conduct. No, I feel I may have skipped, or that may have been me.
But it seems damn silly you drive. Oh god, sorry. But it seems damn silly. I got an empty car.
I can't open it then, can I? I can't open it now. We are aiming to do a full run through by March the 23rd, the Wednesday just before we break up. Yes. Have a look at the props lists I have yet to send you to. Think about anything you have that could kind of serve as a costume, because anything you have that we don't have to pay for is obviously very good.
You know, it's the first time that really any of us have either produced or directed a play. So obviously there are going to be pitfalls, there are going to be problems along the way, and really it's how you deal with it. You're always going to have to deal with it and kind of discover what are the issues are going to be, you know, be that getting hold of a venue or actors learning their lines and that kind of stuff. So it's you know, it's always going to be trouble, but I'm pretty sure the people can rise up and, you know, and can meet it.
Where did the xylophones go? And are we having them dreaming this whole time?
I think we learned a valuable lesson here. That we are the xylophone.
And society is the mallet, which strikes us. So we play our little song together, forever, in the woods. I should really set my phone to silent.
So I've been tremendously proud with how improv has gone this semester and last year. It was something which at first I was a little hesitant, I didn't think it would work, but I've been really happy with the response that it's been received with. It's obviously taken time for it to build momentum. Obviously, once we got back in third year, people still had to be reminded that we were still doing these shows. Once they knew what was happening, they were coming in full force. We've had the benefit of having people who have now become interested in the improv shows. They're interested in what it's about. That has then had repercussions on the workshops that we do every Monday, bringing in new people who want to either be in the shows or just have a go at some improv. That means that when we graduate as third years, that's going to leave people like Robin, who are going to be moving on into third year, who are going to carry on the legacy of improv, and that's ultimately what I want to happen. Because I think we've grounded it so well here at Brookes that it would be such a shame for it to just go like that the second we all graduate. And then There Were None has had a bit of a rocky start. We've had both our directors drop out, unfortunately. So as a consequence, what's happened is we've had 2 first years who are also in the production taking on the role of directors. I'm confident that they're going to be able to direct the play effectively with the guidance of myself, who has a part in the production. James Murphy, who's vice president, he's in the play as well. James Firminger, the president, he's offered guidance on how to go about sorting out the troubles that And Then There Were None has received. But I'm confident we're going to be able to put on a great show if we all band together as a team and say, yeah, no, look, listen, all right, we've had some problems, but actually I think this is a production which is going to be great and we can be very proud of.
We are about to start our last full unscripted dress run through before we break up for Easter. We've got the rest of the cast behind us just warming up and preparing. In these last couple of weeks, the cast has been excellent in finding a new member to replace the major role that we lost due to a dropout. The play is looking really good at the moment and we're pretty confident about today's rehearsal.
It's been a bit of a bumpy journey in the process of putting on this play. Obviously Nathan and Zoe couldn't direct anymore, so we stepped in and a couple of people dropped out, but I think we dealt with those problems really well, and I think we're more than ready to put this show on in a month's time, and I think that Zoe and Nathan will be really proud of us and the society, and it'd be great to see them when we perform.
Alright guys, how are we doing? So we came along for the first dress rehearsal. It's all looking pretty good, and yeah, just to see how things are going.
Yeah, it's good that despite not being able to put on our own play, that the Drama Society is still putting something out there this year.
Definitely, I mean, we're here to work together, and also I'll put out some promotional material, get some photos, start advertising a bit. It should be good, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be a good play.
No one feel pressure, this isn't an exam, and if you need your lines, someone will read them to you or you can grab your script for a minute. I just want to see if we can do as much as possible without our scripts. I promise you I will forget more than anyone.
I reckon we could probably do a whole page.
Props are all on the side if you need. Just try and keep the scene going, even if it falls apart, just try and push it through.
Johnny went back to Wall Street, made a few more millions, and the place was sold.
And here we are.
You're on solo. Skip right past that part there. Yeah, I was going to say. Okay.
A blessed relief when you know you don't have to live with it anymore and you can let it go. 9 little soldier boys stayed up very late. One overslept himself. The last one fits Mrs. Rogers while
Delivering a performance is achieved through hardship, willpower, commitment, and time management. When all of these factors come together, you can create something very special.
I know, I thought you were an immigrant, I was going to be scared, and then,
Hi, I'm making a documentary.
Rowland zooms in on his face. He's mine.
I hope I don't get scared off this bench.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Chloe.
Hi.
Your name's Sunny.
Yeah.
Looks like it's about to rain then, and there won't be any sun.
No. Fuck. I thought I was going to get scared off.